Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah, I received the COVID shot yesterday, so I'm feeling okay, just like aches and pains. So I thought if I can just record a video, I did a lot yesterday for English. If you have me for English, you saw those. And so this morning, I took a shower and tried to feel a little better so I can make this video. So for social studies today, please watch two things after this video. Please watch the CNN 10. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And then I also want to talk about the Oregon Trail. And it's from a channel called Weird History. And I hope you like it. I liked it quite a bit. Fascinating time in American history where there were quite a few people living on the East Coast, but the government wanted to get settlers out to the West so they would have a little more control over that and over Native Americans and stuff like that. So there was a big push, a lot of incentives to get people to move out west to places like Oregon, but it's called the Oregon Trail. And why don't I talk about that first? So I was going to talk about CNN, but it seems like I'm talking about Oregon Trail instead. So in the video, you'll see we're talking like 1841, so still quite a bit earlier than the Civil War, which will start like 20 years later. The government was trying to get people out west because it was part of the United States territory, but the best way to control a territory is have your people living there. So settlers were offered like large tracts of land. Tracts. That's we talked about that in the Polish unit. Tracts, large tracts of land. So there was a risk to people's lives to go out there, but they were willing to take that risk because it meant, well, maybe you get like a lot of land, which means more money, more freedom. So it was about a 2,000-mile journey, and it started in roughly like what St. Louis, well, it's St. Louis back then too, but St. Louis, Missouri. And it would they'll show a map on the channel, and it'll take you out, show you where the Oregon Trail went. So, and it'll talk about the wagons that were used, like these like speedier type of wagons. They'll also talk about how um like the Native Americans out there, I think if you watch like old Western movies and whatnot, the Native Americans will be portrayed as very hostile and attacking the settlers on the Oregon Trail, which apparently was not the case at all. Most Native Americans were willing to trade goods, just like anybody else. So I don't think there was a whole lot of animosity towards the white settlers, at first. They're going to talk a lot about diseases that could just wipe out an entire wagon, like an entire party, group of people. This thing called cholera. Seems super scary. Luckily, we don't have to worry about it. But in the video, they're going to talk about how you could get cholera. Cholera, it ends with an A. Cholera in the morning and be dead by lunch. So pretty scary stuff. That's the Oregon Trail. I hope you enjoy it. I think they do some humor with it. I don't want to spoil. They're going to talk about like this woman that pretty much went crazy. Awful stuff, actually, on the Oregon Trail. You had to be pretty strong to make it through the Oregon Trail. I'm sure I would be dead before even getting out of Missouri. It was pretty rough stuff. So let's talk about CNN 10, whichever way you want to watch those, up to you. But they're going to start talking about a Facebook hack in 2019. And you might wonder, like, what? And they say it like, why are we talking about this hack in 2019? Well, it was recently discovered, and there's like almost 40 million people in the United States whose information has been compromised. I'm probably one of them. I had a Facebook, boomers. We love Facebook. Well, I had a Facebook. I still do that. So they can get like your relatives and get your birthday. Luckily, it seems like they can't get your, I didn't put my social security number on Facebook. I don't think a lot of people do, but it's just kind of like another reminder whatever you put up on social media, just know that it can be used against you. You know, if a hacker gets it, or one day you're applying to jobs or you're applying to colleges, anything you put up on social media, you know, they probably will search for you. And so just be careful about what you put on there. The 10-second trivia, I didn't get. Excuse me, I didn't get it all. It's about cryptocurrency, and that's just not something I know a whole lot about. So I failed miserably. And the final story they're going to talk about, it's kind of crazy. It wasn't my favorite story, but just because I don't know a lot about it, but it's going to tie into that cryptocurrency thing. And they're going to talk about like this digital artwork that, you know, I figured digital artwork, you know, you can just copy and paste that thing. But what they're doing is they're put, excuse me, I think that's more allergies rather than the shot. But what they're doing is they're putting in these little like chip things. I didn't really understand it so much, but it makes this digital artwork like a one of a kind thing that can't be copied. Whatever, you know, like that doesn't mean too much to me, but this is what meant something to me. One of those digital art pieces was sold for like $70 million. Okay, my eyes are open now. Like, what? How do I get in on this digital artwork? They call it an NFT. NFT. So that's that story there. But long story short, like you can make some money, I guess, from this digital artwork. And then the final story, pretty good one. This dude goes into, I think it was a Walmart. He left his windows down. No big crime, right? So what? We all do it when it's warm out. But then like 15,000 bees decided like his car would be a good home. So that's the last story. And it's crazy. And I don't want to tell you how it turns out, but just luckily, I'm glad we got beekeepers in the world. Just say that. All right. Hope you all have a good day. I'll be back on Friday. I'm available though. Email, let me know. Just don't want to feel like being on camera too much today, but let me know. Email, I'm there. I've already answered a couple people this morning. So thanks for checking in.